What's going on? It's Dan with the Long Run Project. I am here today to do a little shoe review for you guys. So, I'm going to review the MTC C1. Um, the shoe is marketed as a daily trainer, or they market it as their non-plated super trainer. I think this shoe fits that space in their training lineup. Um, I was skeptical about this shoe. I needed something to fill the spot in my daily rotation as a daily trainer. I did a handful of training runs in the beginning in it and didn't like it. It felt large. It felt clunky. It felt very different from some of the shoes that I was used to. After probably the first 3 runs in it, I was probably right around the 20-mile mark. The shoe started to feel better. So this threw me for a loop. I've never had a shoe that had that kind of break-in period, but after 20 miles, the foam felt more lively. It started to soften up a little bit, and the shoe just generally felt better. So, I think that's something that's important to know if you're considering the shoe. Right out of the box, it's gonna feel a little bit different than it will down the line. Stick with it, bear with it. The foam does soften up a little bit, which is nice. At this point, my current pair have about 100 miles on them, with half of those miles coming in one run. So I chose to use the MTC C1 for my recent 50-mile run. I was gonna use the Asics Nova Blast Super Blast 2, and then ended up grabbing these instead. What was the reasoning behind that choice? I couldn't tell you. It was like 3 in the morning as I'm trying to frantically pack the car and head out. But the shoe held up very well. I was very impressed by the level of comfort, performance, and just general protection the shoe offered, especially at that 50-mile distance. I'm a heavier runner, so having a max stack shoe that is very stable and has a very high level of cushion is important, especially when running 50 miles. So I think I made the right choice there in choosing it. The shoe itself, a couple of specs. It's marketed as a super trainer. I think it fits a whole bunch of different categories, right? I know that on their website at a men's size 6 or a men's size 8, it's spec'd at like 9 ounces, which is on the heavier end. It's non-plated. Yeah, so do with that what you will. I noticed that the shoe itself has a significantly wider toe box than some of the other shoes that I've tried and that are in my current rotation, and I think that was very helpful, especially in the 50-mile, because I came out of that without any any problems, right? I didn't lose any toenails. I didn't get any blisters. My feet held up very well, um, and I attribute all that to that shoe, the C1. Um, I think the foam provides a very soft, supple ride. Um, the foam and the upper provide enough protection where you're not gonna get hurt, and the overall design of the shoe provides enough space where your foot can swell, if it typically swells, um, especially over longer runs, right? So I attribute, my overall foot condition currently to using these shoes. Something that I really find that's interesting about these is they're a great daily shoe. They provide a level of comfort and support that's pretty good across different ranges of paces, different distances, and all of that. I found myself going back to these shoes more than I thought I would, especially for not liking them in the beginning, right? As I've put more mileage on them, they've only become more comfortable and more broken in. Yeah, if you're looking at them, I would definitely consider it. For the price, they are a little bit more expensive, um, but they're definitely a quality shoe. Um, I feel that the durability across the materials that they used is pretty high compared to some other shoes. Um, I think for what you're getting in this shoe, I think it's a good option for your long runs and easy daily miles. Yeah, so Mount Coast C1, it was an impulse purchase when it came out, and now it's more or less the cornerstone of my rotation, and I'm gonna continue to run in it and see how many miles I can put on it before it dies, basically. Um, I will make a video of that when it happens. I plan to use the shoe in a couple of other events coming up. I actually plan to use this shoe for my 24-hour race in June. So I'll probably post a short prior to June with an update of the mileage and the condition and how everything looks. But right now, at 100 miles, the shoe's really only just starting to break in, which is surprising. So I think the durability is great, and I think the value for what you're getting is higher than other cheaper shoes in that premium daily trainer kind of category. So thank you for watching. If you have questions, please leave them down below. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to be posting here more as we kind of continue this journey and see what is possible with human endurance. So stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all the YouTube things. Help me grow this channel. I really want to get this out there and really get some more community involvement. So thank you. Have a good one.